We begin tonight with a CBS4 Problem Solvers investigation. A convicted felon passes a federal background check and then buys 2 guns.
Yeah, hours later, he shoots and nearly kills a man. CBS4's Shannon Hauser has been investigating how a man with such a violent past was able to con the system.
Debbie, when I started digging into this case, I was shocked to find this wasn't some simple error at a local level. Investigators believe this could possibly be a catastrophic failure from the federal government, where a man nearly lost his life.
I've been shot. I can't do much anything. It was like each shot. Please hurry up.
Wasn't quite sure if I was alive or not.
I've been shot.
It's not easy for Tony Ong to talk about the night he nearly died. September 1st, 2017, Ong was working as a manager at this small apartment complex in Muncie.
Getting ready to walk into his apartment, I asked him, "Hey, Rodney, you coming down now to pay rent?"
He never imagined a simple question could lead to such violence. The tenant he knows as Rodney Patterson snapped.
And I didn't see what was in his hand. All I did was see a flash and then felt a pain in my chest. Excuse me.
Where did the actual shooting happen? Did it happen through the door?
This body cam video shows the chaotic scene as first responders rush him to the hospital.
The police and the doctors are both amazed that I survived because, like I said, dead center to the chest. Missed my heart by maybe an inch.
Back at the apartment, Ong's assailant barricaded and ready for battle.
When we found him behind the door, he was wearing a helmet, a motorcycle-type helmet, and a lot of thick clothing, along with 2 firearms and some knives.
Rodney Patterson, also known to Muncie police as Keenan Aberman, a felon previously convicted of multiple violent crimes and at one point declared legally insane, in possession of not 1, but 2 guns.
He purchased those firearms and within 6 hours had shot his landlord.
Both guns bought at this Indiana Rural King. We wanted to know, how can a convicted felon legally buy a gun? And here's how he did it. Surveillance video shows Aberman perusing the gun section of the Rural King around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where he submits a federal background check form. CBS4 obtained a copy of that form. Take a close look at question 11C. It asks if he's ever been convicted of a felony. The box he checks, no. But court documents show Aberman has been convicted of multiple felonies, including theft, robbery, and battery. In 2009, he was convicted of felony criminal recklessness in Howard County for stabbing his sister. And in 2015, police say he stabbed a manager inside this Muncie Walmart after stealing knives and a motorcycle helmet. The whole thing caught on camera. A jury found him not guilty by reason of insanity and ordered him to enter into a mental health facility. And look at the social security number he wrote in the optional box. It's a fake.
We've had several instances where he's provided false information to us about who he was.
The clerk submitted Aberman's forms directly to the FBI database, unaware it was full of lies. Minutes later, the background check clears and he walks out with 2 guns.
He somehow legitimately passed a background check.
Yes, through the false information that he provided, he was able to pass the background check.
What do you think about that?
A system broke down somewhere. They operate off the information that's provided to them, and apparently this time it slipped through the cracks.
Somewhere, a system failure allowed a man with a lengthy criminal history, a man deemed mentally unstable, to pass a federal background check.
Given his past and what we knew about him, he shouldn't have been able to obtain these guns.
So where did the breakdown occur? All background check forms submitted in Indiana go directly to the FBI, run through a system called NICS. That system searches a national and statewide criminal history database called IDAC. According to Indiana State Police Captain Dave Burson, their system was up to date.
By and large, our system works properly. The information was there, and as to why it wasn't found, that's a question for the FBI.
We did ask the FBI, who declined to answer our questions. A representative in the Criminal Justice Services Division saying only releasing any information about background checks would be in violation of the Federal Privacy Act.
If somebody is determined to beat the system and is resourceful enough and is willing to tell the right kind of lies, the system can be defeated.
As a citizen, disappointed.
As a former federal prosecutor, Mark Stewin, uninvolved in this case, has tried a number of cases where a convicted felon has gotten hold of a handgun.
There are problems, there are gaps, or there are wrinkles.
Stewin says from his experience, the current background check system is flawed.
Even a perfect background check system isn't going to stop everybody who should not have a gun from getting a gun. How do we make it so that we can both those that can lawfully possess guns can do so if they want, and we've done as much as we can to make sure those who should not have guns don't get them.
He got me right here.
For Tony Young, the lack of answers is frustrating.
He knew what he was doing was wrong.
Now just a few months into a lifetime of healing,
I'm suffering from PTSD.
he hopes no one else slips through the cracks.
Like I said, I'm lucky I survived, I am.
Just 2 months ago, a judge sentenced Keenan Aberman in the attempted murder of Tony Young. He's expected to be in prison until 2047, which would make him 74 years old by the time he's released. Right now, he's being treated in the DOC psychiatric wing.
Shannon, I've got a question for you. How often does something like this happen?
Well, Debbie, I talked to both state police and local investigators. They tell me here in Indiana, it's rare, but there's actually no way to know for certain. The only reason we found out about this case was because of the circumstances, because Keenan Aberman shot and almost killed someone. So we have no idea if there are people that are out there that shouldn't have passed a background check that did, and they have guns. It is terrifying if you think about it, and I'm going to keep digging into this.
Shannon Hauser, thank you.